Now, forecast first on KOLR 10 News, Ozarks First.
Clear and quiet out there and turning cold. Temperatures have now slipped below freezing here in Springfield. In other places it's above, and other places it's already in the 20s, and that's how it's going to go overnight tonight. Those typically favored areas for colder temperatures on a clear, quiet night, that's where we're going to find the coldest readings. Your Friday looks gorgeous. Yes, you're going to have to bundle up early on. Temperatures in the low 20s, but it will warm up very quickly. In fact, I think probably by 9 o'clock we're above freezing. Temperatures heading through the 40s. And I think we top out in the low 50s tomorrow afternoon. This cool pattern, it's going to continue through the weekend, and temperatures are going to start ramping up. I'll have more on that coming up. KOLR 10 News at 10 starts now.
And now from KOLR 10, breaking news.
We begin with that breaking news tonight. 2 people are in the hospital and 1 person is in custody after a shooting in Phillipsburg. Good evening, I'm Heather Lewis.
Good to have you along this Thursday at 10. I'm David Oliver. KOLR 10's Madison Heaver is live right now where police were investigating less than an hour ago. Madison, what have you learned so far?
Yeah, David, we are just down the street from Redmond's Candy Store at the intersection of Highway W and Highway A, just right off of I-44. Now, we'll show you what the scene looked like just about 30 minutes ago. This was a shooting crime scene. There were 2 cars at the crime scene. Police had crime tape up around those cars. There were 2 victims. One was a man and one was a woman. They were airlifted to the hospital from the scene tonight after the shooting. The Laclede County Sheriff's Office says they have 1 suspect in custody. That's a woman who was arrested after questioning down the street. The Drug and Crime Control Division, as well as the Laclede County Sheriff's Office, are investigating what caused the shooting, and we will update you with more information as we get it on our website, ozarksfirst.com. In Phillipsburg, Madison Heaver, Ozarks First.
Also new at 10, health officials are reporting a second vaping-related death in Missouri tonight. A woman in her mid-50s died this week. The Department of Health and Senior Services and the woman's doctors say vaping was a contributing factor in her death. The woman also had a long-standing underlying chronic lung condition. State health leaders say they've found 35 cases of lung injuries associated with e-cigarettes since they started investigating in August. Nationwide, vaping-related illnesses have surpassed 1,000 cases, according to the U.S. health officials.
Also making news now at 10 when a serious traffic crash happens. First responders from different agencies are all working together to save lives. The most important factor in such an emergency is communication. Responders were able to practice that communication in a traffic incident management exercise this afternoon.
First Lady Teresa Parsons shared why first responder safety is so close to her heart. Frances Lynn was there and has her story.
Traffic incidents are actually the leading cause of death for EMS responders and law enforcement officers. So today, MoDOT wants to remind everyone to slow down and move over with this mock accident, not only for practice, but to show everyone how much space they really need on the road.
This is stuff that we handle on a regular basis. It's just always good to train up on it, find out any weaknesses, and typically that's with communication, so this works on building our communication skills.
Trooper Sam Carpenter says this scene shows how crews need a lot of space to work.
You can't be in a hurry going through these scenes. The speed limit's 70 miles an hour, and nobody survives that.
At the conference after the training exercise, Missouri's First Lady Teresa Parsons and others shared their experience of losing someone.
My brother Rick was an EMT, and he enjoyed his work very much. He was struck and killed by a traveling motorist, and he left behind 3 teenage sons. And each and every day, something reminds me of my brother.
I doubt truly that as he looked in the mirror, he thought, this is my last day.
One of our trucks had been hit. One of our employees that I saw that morning before the shift was killed.
In my career, we've lost 6 troopers, and countless others have been struck while working alongside our highways. We're doing our part to make the roadways safer, and we ask that each driver do their part so that we can go home safely.
They said it's up to us as drivers to keep everyone safe.
94% of serious injuries and deaths happening on our highways are caused by human behavior. 94%. Almost every crash is preventable.
Some of you may recall If any of you have been around a golfer from time to time, I use them regularly. It's called a mulligan. It's called a do-over, right? When first responders are on the road performing their duties, we don't have a do-over, so please move over.
As of right now, on average, MoDOT responds to around 6,000 incidents per month. Francis Lynn, Ozarks First.
For more about highway traffic accident statistics, click on this story on your KOLR 10 app.
Now to medical coverage here at 10 this Thursday. More than 17,000 patients have now been approved for their medical marijuana cards in the state of Missouri.
And that's a big number of patients, but we aren't yet sure where they'll get their product. Our Jesse Inman joins us tonight to explain when we'll have those answers and how that process will unfold.
Yeah, guys, the Department of Health and Senior Services is overseeing the program for the state, and they'll have to make the decision on who gets to go into the medical marijuana business by December 31st of this year. Now, I talked to the director of the program for the State Health Department of Missouri. That's Lyndall Fraker. He says that as of today, over 2,200 business applications have come in, but only 348 will be awarded statewide. There'll be licenses for cultivation, testing, manufacturing, and dispensaries, and there will be a set number of those per congressional district. Let's take a look at how those number of businesses will break down across the state in total. You'll have 60 cultivation facilities. They'll grow that marijuana. There will be 10 testing sites to take what is grown to make sure it has the correct chemical makeup. There will be 86 manufacturing facilities that make those cannabis-based products, and they'll be sold in 192 dispensaries statewide. Now, Fraker says they have a third-party company that will help them in the decision-making process, and it's based on a scoring system.
There are 10 categories that were in the Constitution that the voters voted on that they developed this scoring process from, using these 10 categories. And that's the process that this outside company is using to rank all of the applicants.
Now, some of the things in that scoring criteria include their business plan, their security ideas, and how they'll do that, and then experience in things like the medical field or agriculture. And that third-party company helping them is called Wise Health Solutions. The names of the applicants have been redacted for them to prevent any bias.
Jesse Inman here tonight. Thanks. Want to now share some good news at 10. Local bakers crafted their best gingerbread houses tonight for a local charity. The Gingerbread Tower competition is part of Cox Health Foundation's annual Wrap It Up event. There was also a silent auction, holiday games, and Mr. and Mrs. Claus at tonight's event. And this all benefits the Cox Health Foundation and the Children's Miracle Network hospitals at Cox Health.
Sponsors, and our donors and volunteers are the lifeblood of our foundation and the way that we're able to help our community members who would otherwise go without vital medication and care. So we're very thankful for them to be able to provide and continue to provide for our community.
One of the staff members at Cox Health's ER is also a cup stacker. He built a Christmas scene tonight, which was torn down by the highest bidder.
We may remember that impeachment hearing coverage will continue tomorrow. That means we will not be broadcasting our midday show on CBS. We will be broadcasting that show on KOZL 27, and you can find it streaming live on our website as well. That starts at 11 o'clock tomorrow.
Going to focus on our forecast now for the all-important Friday and the weekend ahead. And we've got some warmer temperatures on the way, Jamie.
We do, yeah. Today we hit 48. Tomorrow looks like we're going to sneak into the low 50s in a lot of spots. And the warming trend, while slow, will continue through the middle of next week. I'll have that in your forecast next.